Hi, everybody. I'm Meteorologist Hayley LaPoint. I work at WMUR TV. We're based in Manchester, New Hampshire, and I'm so excited to be back with you again this year, serving as your MC. I am in our temporary studio, a different spot than I typically am here in WMUR, so it may look a little funny behind me, but you can see the green screen. That's where I do all of my weather forecasts, and I'm on TV pointing at different things. Those monitors behind me too, you can kind of see them. There's one there and then one here. Those help me to see exactly what's happening on the weather maps because, of course, with the green screen behind me, I can't see what's happening behind me. So I'm able to look in those monitors, and then in the camera, that shows me exactly what I'm pointing at too. But as a meteorologist, my job every day is to go on television and give people an idea of what's going to happen, help them to prepare for storms that may be coming through, rain, or any type of impactful weather. I love my job. It's something that I've been doing now for over a decade, and it keeps me coming back for more every day because the weather is always different. And it really does fascinate me that it does some funny things and it can be frustrating too. When I say it's going to rain and then it's a nice sunny day or vice versa, that can be really frustrating. But what's great is I'm always learning and always challenged by the forecast. And that's, I think, something that all of you are doing too with your inventions. So on behalf of the Young Inventors program at the University of New Hampshire's Leitzel Center and more than 70 educators who guided you through this program, I welcome you to the 2021 Northern New England Invention Convention. We want to start by thanking all of the teachers and mentors who helped our students explore their ideas and create their inventions. We also have a special thanks to the family members, parents, siblings, grandparents, extended family, and friends who supported our students through this uncertainty of this last year. We are grateful that the Young Inventors program has been a constant for all of us through this pandemic. Now, I'm still dealing with changes at work here too. As I mentioned, I'm in kind of a temporary studio here, and that's all due to the pandemic. Most days, I don't even see another human being when I come into work. The camera is set up behind me, so I don't have to do anything, and nobody has to be around me. So that's, in this case, when we're socially distanced, it actually kind of works out. Now, we're working together, but apart, of course, to protect all of us. We've all certainly been challenged this year to think about things differently and to overcome obstacles. But the obstacles we run into hopefully won't be COVID for much longer. Whether it be forecasting the weather or designing the latest invention, there will always be questions and challenges that we have to overcome. One of my biggest obstacles in my life so far has been math. Ever since I was in second grade math, it just didn't come easily to me. I had to have people explain it in many different ways, and it required a lot of extra work on my part. There were times in high school and in college where I seriously thought I couldn't get through the math classes. I seriously doubted not just my job choice, but myself. So how do you turn things around when you're having such serious doubts about yourself? When the obstacles maybe seem too daunting? I know there were definitely a few times, especially in college when I was taking calculus and physics, there were a few times when I thought that I would have to change my whole plan. But instead, I decided that I was going to fight, and I asked for help, and I accepted help, and I worked with other people like my fellow students, teachers, tutors, and family members. Maybe some of you have had to do this when you ran into a problem with your projects. When you made it over that obstacle or problem, how did you feel? Well, I bet it felt kind of amazing, didn't it? Reaching your goal, especially after having to get over something difficult, makes reaching this point even a little bit sweeter. All right, well, next we have some words from some special people, starting with Tina White, Director of the Young Inventors Program.
Hi, my name is Tina White, and I'm the director of the Northern New England Young Inventors Program at the University of New Hampshire Leitzel Center. Kudos to you and all of our inventors for taking our challenge to invent with us this year. It has been a year full of innovation, and you all jumped right in to tackle all sorts of problems. From inventions that addressed our pandemic with ways to improve math and learning at home, to novel approaches to support animals and to protect our planet, and to ideas that are just plain fun. You all took the YIP challenge and pushed yourselves to go far beyond in your design thinking. I know that your invention journey was not easy. Journeys rarely are. Mistakes are made, things don't go as planned, or they don't come out the way we thought they would in our heads. This is all part of the process, and I hope that you realize now that failure is a critical part of learning and that it can motivate you to innovate, to change, and to improve. You inspire me with your creativity and your optimism and your ability to see problems as opportunities. So a big cheer to you, inventors. Be proud of your achievements, and today we celebrate your successes. Congratulations. I cannot forget the other folks who helped make the Young Inventors program possible. Thank you to our board of advisors for your vision and guidance, and to our volunteer judges who spent days watching and rewatching and reading through your inventors' journals. They were impressed by your thoughtful research and design, and I know that, like you, they are anxiously waiting to hear the final results, which we are about to share. And we are sincerely grateful for our parents and families for their efforts in supporting our young inventors. And we send a big thank you to our schools and community partners, and to our teachers and mentors, administrators, PTAs, and others who all believe in the power of invention education. There is so much that goes on behind the scenes to make a program like this possible. Inventors, if you are sitting at home right now with a family member who has helped you with your project, please turn to them and give them a big smile and a hug. I would also like to thank YIP's new partner, the University of New Hampshire and the Leitzel Center. We are thrilled to be a part of the UNH family, and I know that there are great opportunities for YIP ahead. And a special thank you to our partners, Takeda, Topcoder, and Modern Woodman Fraternal Financial, for your belief in youth and innovation. I wish you all the best and hope that you will join me with a loud cheer as we celebrate your inventions today. I now welcome our University of New Hampshire partners, Ken LaValley, Vice Provost of Outreach and Engagement, Director of UNH Extension, and Julie Bryce, Professor of Geochemistry and Interim Director of the Joan and James Leitzel Center for Mathematics, Science, and Engineering Education.
Welcome, inventors. On behalf of the University of New Hampshire, I want to congratulate you on your hard work. You're here because you had an idea that you just couldn't ignore. You dedicated lots of time and overcame obstacles to present at this capstone event. We're excited to see your work highlighted virtually at the 2021 Northern New England Invention Convention. This is also an important moment in the 35-year history of the Young Inventors Program, also known as YIP, because the leaders of the Academy of Applied Sciences worked closely with UNH over this past year to officially make YIP a University of New Hampshire program. Through this partnership, we can engage more youth with an interdisciplinary approach to education and extend STEM learning opportunities across the region. As New Hampshire's flagship university, we are always looking into the future, quite literally reaching for the stars, climbing mountains, and diving deep into the oceans to explore and discover.
On behalf of the Joanne and James Leitzel Center for Mathematics, Science, and Engineering Education at UNH, welcome to the celebration of inventors and their inventions. The Robert H. Rhines Young Inventors Program is part of our center here at UNH, where our faculty and staff collaborate with partners to enhance STEM learning opportunities for all. What you're presenting here at the convention is such an important part of our mission. It showcases your creativity and problem-solving skills and your willingness to take risks and think outside the box. Through these inventions, it's apparent that we have a bright future in STEM.
We've all lived through unprecedented times during the pandemic. And I want to take a moment now to recognize the educators and parents who have shown innovation themselves by developing new ways to teach and inspire their students. Thank you.
Thank you, Tina, Ken, and Julie, for your encouraging words for our young inventors and educators. This year, we are pleased to welcome virtually from Pasadena, California, Emmy Kelly, Mechantronics Engineer at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, also known as JPL. Like many of you, Emmy grew up in northern New England, central Vermont to be exact, and realized early in life that she wanted to become an engineer. In high school and college, she sought out opportunities to learn engineering at camps and through internships. She led Northeastern University's Mars Ice Challenge team that won the JPL-sponsored competition to build in situ resource utilization robots for space missions. That's pretty cool. She co-founded and served as president of Northeastern's chapter of Students for the Exploration and Development of Space. She then worked on JPL's M2020 project as an intern before graduating last year. Her current work is focused on the sampling system for the Europa lander, a JPL concept for a future mission to seek out signs of life in the icy surface material of Jupiter's moon, Europa. Welcome, Emmy.
Hello, Inventors. I'm so glad to be here today virtually, seeing so many young people feeling excited about STEM. My name is Emmy Kelly, and that is me in that photo with the Perseverance rover, which just landed on Mars this past February. I am a Mechatronics Engineer at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, or JPL, in Pasadena, California. But I grew up in the Green Mountains of Vermont, right next to you guys. For those of you who don't know, JPL is a NASA facility that's responsible for most of the United States' robotic space missions. So we've built spacecrafts that have gone to places like Jupiter and Saturn, as well as all of the Mars rovers, like Perseverance. We also built Ingenuity, a helicopter that went to Mars with Perseverance, and just this past month became the first aircraft to fly on a different planet. I was a lot like you when I was a kid, interested and excited by STEM. I fell in love with space when I was young, which led me to be interested in things like astronomy and physics. But when I was 14 years old, I watched the Curiosity rover land on Mars, and that's when I got really excited about the idea of invention. I could not believe that people were able to build a car-sized robot, put it on top of a rocket, shoot that rocket to Mars, and somehow manage to safely land that robot on the surface of a different planet. And I knew then that I wanted to be just like the engineers who made that incredible feat happen. So in high school, I started working towards this goal. I worked hard in my math and science classes. I joined engineering camps and programs where I started to learn what engineering was about. I even got to work on propulsion systems as an intern at the University of Vermont. And eventually, after I graduated high school, I decided to go to Northeastern University, where I studied to become a mechanical engineer. One of the first things I did at Northeastern was go to a research fair. This is where professors will advertise the cool new things in STEM that they're working on in order to recruit students to come and help on the projects. One professor was putting together a team to compete in the Mars Ice Challenge, which was a competition run by NASA. Needless to say, this immediately caught my eye. So, in order to understand what this competition is about, I need to tell you a little bit about Mars. So, because of Mars's atmosphere and the temperature, liquid water can't exist on the surface. However, scientists are pretty sure there's a lot of places on Mars where if you dig down only a couple of feet, you'll find these huge deposits of frozen water, or ice. So the goal of this challenge was to build a robot that could dig through the dirt to reach these ice deposits and then collect the ice, melt it, and filter it to produce water. This way in the future, when we send astronauts to Mars, they can have a source of clean, usable water right there. We started this competition, and nobody had built anything like this robot before. People were just starting to think about how to solve this problem, so we needed to invent something totally new. We were given $10,000 and 6 months to come up with our idea, figure out how to build it, and create a real, actual working robot. And then at the end of that 6 months, we, along with 9 other competing teams, would travel to NASA's Langley Research Center in Virginia to test our robot in a mock-up, or what engineers call a test bed, of what those dirt and ice deposits might actually look like on Mars. So the Mars Ice Challenge was the first time I had ever built a robot. To be honest, I had barely built anything up to that point. I had to learn a lot of new things. Technical skills like how to design parts and choose the right screws, as well as non-technical skills like how to put your ideas out there and explain them well. I had to learn how to invent something. And the hardest thing for me to learn were those non-technical skills, how to share your ideas with people. This is a critical part of the invention process, especially when you're working in a team. Bouncing ideas off of each other, brainstorming, it all contributes to creating something better than you can make on your own. But it also takes a lot of courage to say what you think. Sometimes there's fear that people won't like your idea, that they'll say it's bad, or even worse, that they'll say that you're a bad inventor. But those fears may feel real, but they're not true. And here's why. Bad ideas are a huge, wonderful, important part of inventing. And I have a story about it to prove my point. One of my team members, Ben, on the Mars Ice Challenge, bought a part that he thought we could use on our robot. But when the part came, it was all wrong. Not only was it too stiff, but it was also way too big and heavy. There was no way we could use it. He must have forgotten to check the diameter of the part when he bought it, and worst of all, it was really expensive. But instead of being mad at him, telling him he made a bad decision, and getting upset, we decided to do something else. So I grabbed a cardboard box, put the part he'd ordered inside, and wrote in big block letters, "Box of Shame," and then congratulated him for the honor of getting a part into the box of shame. Now, box of shame might sound like a negative thing. Who would want to be shamed for something? But getting to put something in the box of shame was a good thing. The name was more of a teasing joke. We wanted our team to feel comfortable making mistakes, even excited about making mistakes. When someone messed up or had an idea that didn't work or catastrophically failed, instead of getting upset about it, we'd congratulate our team member for getting another item in the box of shame. Then we'd laugh about it and move on. My time to get something in the box of shame was not long after Ben. I was working on making a tool to melt the ice, a little metal tube filled with heaters. I wanted to retain as much heat in the tube as I could, so I figured I'd glue some heaters to the inside of the tube and then fill the extra space with a bit of insulation. I built my prototype, turned it on, and all seemed to be well. So I started to run some tests with it. Halfway through testing, I realized something smelled a bit funny. I looked down and saw that the prototype was smoking. I quickly turned it off, and my teammate ran to the fire extinguisher. We knew our safety protocols. Luckily, nothing was on fire, and we didn't have to use it, but my prototype was ruined. As you can see in the photo, the insulation inside was this charred, melted mess. It turned out that the resistors got a lot hotter than I was expecting, and the insulation just couldn't handle it. The worst part was that my teammate thought that exactly this would happen, but I didn't believe them, so I tried it anyway. But instead of that team member saying, "I told you so," we laughed about my mishap and then threw the part into the box of shame. Now, having a bad idea is great, but one of the hardest things in inventing is when it feels like none of your ideas are working. About 5 months into working on the Mars Ice Challenge, things were going well. Our robot, named Pause, was all built and working, so we started to test. We would spend hours drilling into dirt and ice, trying to figure out the best way to do it. How fast to spin the drill, how deep to drill at once, and how quickly could we melt the ice. It was during this testing that we ran into our biggest problem, the hole collapsing. So the idea behind Pause was to drill a hole through the dirt until it reached the top of the ice. Then we'd take the drill out and put a new tool into the hole that would melt the ice and then pump up the water. The problem was that this hole was unstable, and as you can see in the photo, when we removed the drill, loose dirt would fall back into the hole, covering the ice, which made it impossible to get our melting tool to the surface of the ice. Next, we tried designing new drill bits. We thought that we could design a bit that would do a better job of making a stable hole, something that would really pack dirt into the sides more tightly. We designed a lot of new bits, as you can see in the photo, and we kept testing them, but none seemed to be doing what we wanted them to do. At this point, we were running out of time and needed a solution. My teammates wanted to keep working on the bits, but I thought that we weren't going to be able to design something that worked on time. This is a really hard question. How do you know when to give up on an idea that's not working? This was the time that things got the most heated between me and my teammates. Me wanting to abandon designing new bits and my teammates wanting to continue. In times like that, you really have to sit down and be objective. It's sometimes hard to let go of an idea you believe in and have worked on. I knew that if we had more time and more resources, we could design a bit that would do exactly what we wanted. But we didn't have that time or those resources. And the truth is that that's how a lot of engineering decisions are made. With enough time and resources, we can design and build just about anything. But we're always limited by something. In the end, my team agreed with me that we didn't have time to keep designing and testing new drill bits. So we ended up trying out different things with our drill procedure, seeing if we could get a better hole by changing the order that we did things in or drilling faster or for longer. We ended up finding that because the tip of our drill was heated, if we let it sitting on the top of the ice for a while, we could create enough water that the bottom of our hole would become muddy and wet. And when we pulled the drill out of that hole, the mud would smear on the walls and re-solidifying, making a really stable hole. And as you can see in this photo, if you look all the way down to the bottom of the hole, there's a nice, clear bit of ice that we could access with our melting tool. It was a perfect solution, and we never had to build anything new. After we solved our collapsing hole problem, we were ready to go compete. Here's a picture of our finished robot on the test bed at Langley. We spent 2 days in a humid airplane hangar at NASA Langley competing with other teams to see who could collect the most water. It was a long, stressful 2 days full of troubleshooting more problems and rapidly fixing things that broke. But in the end, our hard work paid off, and we ended up winning the competition, having collected about 4 liters of water. And even more excitingly than winning that competition, my experience working on the Mars Ice Challenge led me to getting hired as an intern at JPL, the place that I had wanted to work ever since I watched the Curiosity rover land on Mars back when I was 14 years old. As you can imagine, I learned even more about invention during my time interning at JPL, and I'm still learning even more now, 3 years later as a full-time engineer here. A lot of what I've learned is technical, how to do structural calculations and design more complex machines. But I've also learned just how many people it takes to create something like the Perseverance rover. Not just engineers and scientists, but artists and business people, filmmakers and custodians, technicians and baristas. JPL is full of people who do all types of jobs, but we're all united in our excitement about creating spacecrafts to explore the solar system. But I think the most important and most surprising thing that I've learned at JPL is that the work we do here really isn't that different from the work I did on the Mars Ice Challenge or the work that you all are doing participating in the Young Inventors program. Sure, the stakes are a bit higher at JPL. Landing a rover on Mars isn't easy, and yes, we have a much bigger budget. But in the end, we're still inventing things that have never been made before. Your idea on how to tunnel through the ice sheets of Europa, or land a spacecraft on the surface of Pluto, or create a blimp to sail in the atmosphere of Venus is just as valid as mine. Nobody's done it before, so we have no idea what the best way to do it is. And sometimes the wildest sounding ideas end up being the ones that get built and flown. So I encourage you to start thinking about these kinds of problems now, because we need people like you. Not just at JPL and NASA, but in fields all across the world. We need people who understand these difficulties of inventing something new, and people who rise to that challenge with eagerness and excitement. So thank you for having me here today. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you all go forth from this talk really excited to keep on inventing things.
Thank you, Emmy, for sharing your experience and enthusiasm for invention and engineering. All right, it's time now to get to the awards. First, our general invention category level awards. Specialty topic categories are recognized across each judged grade level if there is a candidate in that grade level that the judges felt fit the category. Not all grades will be awarded in specialty areas. We will also award a best invention in each grade level grouping, for example, K through 2 or 5 through 6. The first award to be given is the Adaptive Assistive Technology Award. Grade 3, Cameron Packler, Memorial School with the C-Easy. Grade 4, Elena LeBlanc from the Horn Street Elementary School with Anti-Stress Timer. Grade 5 through 6, Haley Gagnon and Rowan Weinberg, West Newbury Young Inventors, Comfortable Key Holder. The next award is the Animal Welfare Award. Grade 3 winner, Ellie Torres from the Memorial School with The Bark. Grade 4, Miranda Cole from the Memorial School, the Injured Animal Detector. Grade 5-6, Grace Messier from the Center Woods Upper Elementary School and Ware Middle School with Bug Away Today. And grade 7 through 8, Cy Kama from the Ross A. Lurgio Middle School with Custom Dog Knee Brace. The next award is the Community Awareness Award. For grade 3, it's Josemary Rivera from Memorial School with the Helper Delper Buggy. Grade 4 is Misha Greenblatt from the World Academy School with LHDD. Our next award is the Entrepreneurship Award. And for grade K through 2, it's Thomas White from the Harold Martin Elementary School with Clip Vest. Honorable mention for grade 3, Taylor Cezendez from the Peter Woodbury Elementary School with Cool Tool. For grade 3, Gracelyn Mehta from the Hooksett Memorial School, the Book Bandage. Then Riley Smith for grade 4 from Memorial School with the Motorized Cat Distractor. For grade 5 through 6, Nathan Lefevre from Homeschool with Shop-O-Matic. And for grade 7 through 8, Sylvia Garanciano from the Greenland Central School with Zip and Flip. Next award is the Environmental Impact Award. Grade 3, Jian Song from the Riddlebrook School with the Water Saver. Next is grade 4, Omar Atef from the World Academy School with Single Plant Humidifier. The next award is the Health and Wellness Award. For grade K through 2, Eric Rhodes from Portsmouth Christian Academy with the Calmer Box. Next up, we have grade 3, Elin Metcalf from Memorial School with the Wind Band. For grade 4, Caitlin Monaco from Memorial School with the COVID-19 Dressing Room. For grade 5 through 6, Connor Webb from the White Mountain Science Inc. Mobile Invent Lab with Trampoline Chair. And then for grade 7 through 8, it is Matthew Wu from the KT Bike Computer Science Academy with Jet Lag Control. Next award is the Home Improvement Award. For grade K through 2, Jacob Marshan from the Harold Martin Elementary School with Rain Cover 2000. Grade 3, honorable mention is Adam Scally from the Danville Elementary School with Easy Pour. And the grade 3 winner is Shelby Gibson from Riddlebrook School with the Key Cloth. Then for grade 4, the winner is Finn Heavener Phillips from the World Academy School with RC Mop. And for grade 5 through 6, Caden Foster from the White Mountain Science Inc. Mobile Invent Lab with Auto Brewmatic. The next award is the Sports Toys Games Music Award. And our first winner is a grade K through 2, Adam Rojas from the Harold Martin Elementary School with the Drip Catcher 2000. We have a grade 3 honorable mention, which is Will Chadbourne from the Peter Woodbury School with the Snow Scooter. Grade 3 is David Morales from the Riddlebrook School with the Water Baller. Next is the grade 4 winner, Cooper Plourde from the Gilmanton School, the Wicked Sweet Tailgate Seat. And then we have grades 7 through 8, Travis Lefevre from a homeschool with Hall Buddy. Now it's time for the Best in Grade Levels Awards. Best in grade K through 2 first. And so in the third place in K through 2 is Jacob Marchand from the Harold Martin Elementary School with Rain Cover 2000. In second place, we have Eric Rotes from the Portsmouth Christian Academy with the Calmer Box. And in first place, it's Thomas White from the Harold Martin Elementary School with Clip Vest. Now on to Best in Grade 3. Third place is Addie Leonard from the Peter Woodbury School with the Masklet. In second place, Jan Song from the Riddlebrook School with the Water Saver. And in first place is Liam Federspiel from the Memorial School with Warm Wear. And now Best in Grade 4. In third place is Maya Bolduc from the World Academy School with the Automatic Pet Wash. In second place, we have Andrew Zuding from the KT Byte Computer Science Academy, Cleaner Machiner. And in first place is Lucy Tanner, the West Newbury Young Inventors with Auto Lights. Next is the grade 5 through 6. And in third place is Caden Foster from the White Mountain Science Mobile Invent Lab with the Auto Brewmatic. And for the second place in grade 5 through 6, we have Haley Gagnon and Rowan Weinberg from the West Newbury Young Inventors with Comfortable Key Holder. And in first place, it is Grace Messier from the Center Woods Upper Elementary School, Ware Middle School with Bug Away Today. All right, now for Best in grades 7 through 8. In third place is David Song from the KT Byte Computer Science Academy with Wards. In second place is Sylvia Garanchino from the Greenland Central School with Zip and Flip. And in first place, we have Claire McCallum and Sadie McCallum from the Center Woods Upper Elementary School in Ware with their project called Legs, L-E-G-S. Let's give a big round of applause for all of our awards winners so far. Woohoo! Nice. And now we celebrate this year's challenge category, Far Out. Cool tools for distance learning. Makes sense this year, right? This year, students invented products or services to improve working and learning from home. And I know a lot of our judges saw these projects and thought they wanted these things for their work from home space. So this was a really cool category this year. All right, so here are the Challenge Best in Grade Level Awards. First, we have for K through 2. In second place is Glenn Lucas from the White Mountain Science Inc. Mobile Invent Lab with the Swivel 360. And in first place, we have Ava Roberts from the Barrington Elementary School with Screen It. All right, now for grades 3 to 4. We have in third place, it's Abigail Tordigloni from the Memorial School with the PC paperclip. Next, in second place, Evelyn Spalding from the West Newbury Young Inventors with Tuck Table. And in first place, it is Coraline Fry from the Memorial School with the Magical Whiteboard Cleaner. All right, and our winners for grades 5 through 6. In second place, we have Emma Olette from the Crescent Lake School with the Clever Book. And in first place, we have Amrit Shanu Pradhan from the Amherst Middle School with Less Sit to Stay Fit. Now for the Chain Reaction Invention Award winners. It takes real creativity to engineer a complex machine for one task, and our inventors this year were, of course, up for the challenge. The first Chain Reaction Award is for the best team effort, and that award goes to Ashley Thelen and Haley Thelen from Center Woods Elementary School in Ware and the Ware Middle School with the Evil Kicker 3000. The next award is for the most original, and that award goes to Emma Kirk from the World Academy School with Succulent Soaker. The next award is for most complex, and this goes to Micah Allard from the World Academy School with Matilda. And the final Chain Reaction Awards are for the best in grade level, and for the best in grade 5, we have Ashley Thelen and Haley Thelen from the Center Woods Upper Elementary School, Ware Middle School with the Evil Kicker 3000. And the best in 8th grade is Kara Berman from the World Academy School with Squeaky Clean. Each year, the Northern New England Invention Convention celebrates the young inventors who have met specific achievements in various ways through their invention and design process in what are called our Best in Show Awards. These awards are presented by program visionaries who sponsor these awards as they believe in your ingenuity and your spirit, which will lead us into the future. These awards are judged by representatives of the sponsoring organizations, and they share in our congratulations of all the inventors for your remarkable inventions. Our first sponsored awards are given by the Hampshire IEEE, who have selected winners in 2 award categories: the Electric Award and the Design Award. The Electric Award honors inventions which incorporate an electrical element, and this year's award for outstanding ingenuity in using electricity goes to David Song from the KT Bike Computer Science Academy with Wards. And the Design Award for Excellence in Invention Design goes to Ava Roberts from the Barrington Elementary School. Screen it. The next award is the Global Impact Sustainability Award, sponsored by American Society of Heating, Refrigerating, and Air Conditioning Engineers Granite State Chapter. Sustainability is based on the simple principle that we need to consider the impact on our natural environment in the decisions we make. This year, the Sustainability Award goes to Lucy Tanner from the West Newbury Young Inventors with Auto Lights. The Joyce Kenny Memorial Scholarship Award is supported by the Academy of Applied Science and Camp Invention, a partner of the National Inventors Hall of Fame. Miss Kenny was one of the leaders of the Young Inventors program and for many years coordinated the state's Camp Invention program, serving more than 1,500 students each summer. This scholarship for a Camp Invention kit will allow this inventor to continue to develop their inventing skills. This year's Joyce Kenny Memorial Scholarship is presented in honor of Joyce Kenny to Evelyn Spalding from the West Newbury Young Inventors with Tuck Table. Disruptive technologies, the heart of innovation, displaces something legacy for new and improved ways of doing things. Top Coder, a leader in programming and software crowdsourcing, believes in this innovative spirit that fuels the Disruptive Technology Award and honors inventions sure to turn their respective industries upside down and inside out. For the better, of course. Awards are given for first, second, and third places. The Disruptive Technology Award, third place, goes to Josemary Rivera from the Memorial School, the Helper Delper Buggy. In second place, we have Misha Greenblatt from the World Academy School with LHDD. And in first place, we have Milan Bartoli from the World Academy School with the Rapid Injector 2021. The Young Inventors program is proud of our new partnership with the University of New Hampshire's Leitzel Center. As Ken LaValley mentioned earlier, this new affiliation will bring support, growth, and sustainability of the program. As the program's partner, UNH supports the Award for Innovation for the invention which best embodies the spirit of innovation. The University of New Hampshire Award for Innovation goes to Claire McCallum and Sadie McCallum from the Center Woods Upper Elementary School, Ware Middle School with Legs, or LEGS. And now, our final Best in Show award, the Ignite the Spark Award, is newly introduced this year to honor the memory of founder of the Academy of Applied Science and the Young Inventors program, Dr. Robert Rines. Bob Rines was inducted into the Inventors Hall of Fame in 1994. A true visionary, he was a passionate advocate for innovation, entrepreneurship, and creative thought. Presented by the Board of Directors of the Academy of Applied Science, this award is given to the inventor who demonstrates significant persistence and accomplishment in the face of hurdles to success or limited access to resources. The 2021 Ignite the Spark Award goes to Glenn Lucas from the White Mountain Science Inc. Mobile Invent Lab with the Swivel 360. All of the inventors who competed this year earned applause and congratulations for working hard to create and present your projects. I'm giving you a big round of applause just here in my studio all alone. You all are just simply amazing. You are part of a larger network of students throughout Northern New England and are out-of-state independent students who looked for problems to solve, researched and designed inventions from scratch, and had the courage to share them. You all are superheroes for what you accomplished this past year. You did what no other kids in history have had to do. You learned how to roll with changes to your classrooms, communities, and families through this pandemic. You learned new technology and tackled challenges that gave you the superpowers of resilience, persistence, and innovation. You overcame obstacles that got in your way. We are proud of you and your superpowers and look forward to seeing what you will do with them to improve our world. Until next year, invent on.